collisions. So in games, colliding or touching usually determines how two objects interact with one another, just like in real life. So collisions are especially important in games involving physics because of the transfer of inertia. In Scratch, collision detection can be mediated by interaction between specific colors. If one object recognizes another object and those two colors touch, that can actually stop that object from moving, and that's how it recognizes the collision, because those exact pixels, the color of those pixels, if they come together, that's how the program understands, basically, through the pixel data, the color it sees. So basically, so that your sprite doesn't fall through completely, and to actually work on designing your game, we're going to create obstacles and a ground for one level, and then you can make a few more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go design a new background for your world. So you're going to go, it's on the very left kind of bottom, you are going to paint a new backdrop, basically a new stage. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose a color and you are going to create a floor so that once your sprite falls down completely, it won't keep going. So once you're in this blank backdrop, you are going to click on the rectangle. And once you're in the rectangle, you're going to make sure you're on the solid color and not just the outline rectangle. You can choose the width. And I'm just going to choose something a little on the smaller side. You can choose whatever color you want for your obstacles. So here are a few things. You want to make sure the colors of your platform and your floor line up to make it easier for collision detection if there's just one color to worry about. And then also just make sure it's not the same color as your sprite, because then again it might be more difficult and cause some problems. So I'm going to make the floor, and then since I'm right now making level 1, I'm just going to make a few easy platforms for the fish to hop onto. But basically, have fun with this, and yeah, I mean, now you're designing your own game, so basically make whatever kinds of backgrounds you want, create a few backdrops, as many levels as you want as well. Now you control your game, so preferably make them more difficult as the game goes on, maybe experiment with slanted rectangles and things like that, make them farther apart, etc. So the last thing we're going to do in this video, we're going to add collision detection. So basically, like we discussed earlier, when, let's say, the black outline of the fin touches the yellow, the program will know, okay, it's hit something, time to make gravity stop having an effect on it because it can't go below it, it's collided. So how we're going to do that, we're going to go back into scripts, and we're going to make sure that you are not selecting your stage, because then the script will be affecting the stage. Go back, select your sprite, and then we're going to go into the gravity portion of our code, because that is what we're going to be affecting by this collision detector. And we're going to add an if statement, an if-then statement. So we're going to add it below the change y velocity. Yeah, I'll just make sure. There we go. If, so now you're going to find color is touching another color. If, and then you click on whichever color. So I'm going to click on the black outline of my fish, and then it will switch accordingly. So if that is touching the yellow, then it knows you're going to make another if statement. Now, if this is true, you're going to say, you're going to add an operator, the less than. And basically you're going to say if y velocity is less than 0. So if y velocity is less than 0, you're going to set it to 0, and this way, anytime it collides with anything, yeah, basically, so now if whenever your sprite collides with anything, it'll just stop moving downwards, and yeah. So now that you have all of this code done, you're going to want to run it and see what you've created so far. So put your sprite kind of, let's say, up here, just basically above a platform. Make sure it's not touching a platform, because then it'll already think a collision has happened and it'll have, it won't start moving. Click on the green flag and watch it stop. and then you can keep playing with it. It's going, basically wherever you're gonna put it, it's going to stop, and now you see what you've created. And again, now you can move it around and you can have gravity in place. And next time, we'll teach you how to develop your game some more. So a few of the things we have planned for you for the next video is you're going to learn how to jump around. You're going to add the goal, so the thing that is going to jump up to get to the next level, broadcasting, and a few more things. So stay tuned.